the intro?
The
Thumbnail.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
I gotta have a good pose for the thumbnail. All right, y'all. How we feeling? We feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Glad to see you all here. I think this is gonna be fun. Excuse me while I eat my melon.
Do you like those melon cups now? I feel like you're off eating one of those.
What's that?
I feel like you're off eating one of those melon cups. Is that your go-to?
It's pretty. Yeah, I mean,
It's tasty.
they're right. Delicious and nutritious. We don't need to get into that right now.
I'm not criticizing.
I didn't think you were until you said that. But again, we're not.
Okay.
All right, thank y'all for being here. Okay, so I'd love to open it up actually. Not a lot of talk. I just want us to start out by playing a little together and seeing what comes up. So, you know, it's easier to troubleshoot once we know what we're working with. So, are you all plugged up, ready to go? Looks like it. Okay, Eric, okay. Sen on bass. I'm playing drums. Can we, really quickly, can we hear you do a couple vocal things to see if we can hear you well? Oh no. Do it one more time? Okay, I think I know what the problem is.
What's that?
One more again.
One more again.
One more again.
One more again.
Two more again.
Two more again. Two more again.
Okay. Keep it going for a second. Okay, great. I think that's a good starting place. All right, so let's just play a bit and see what territory we get into, and then take it from there. Would either of you brave souls like to start?
Guitar guy.
Okay. Ha
Let's do.
did any thoughts or feelings come up? I want us to be maybe not brutally honest, but honest. What do we think was strong about what we just did, and what do we think could use some improvement? Any thoughts?
Turn the bass up.
Okay, volume levels. Okay, this is the first time you wanted more bass. You wanted more volume with the bass. Okay, okay. Why? By the way, did it feel like out of balance with the other instruments, or do you just generally want it to be louder?
I just didn't notice it as much as the drums or guitar, let's say. The vocals also were fairly quiet. Yeah, I just felt like it was drums and guitar dominant.
Okay, cool. All right, balance. Okay, that's good to know, good to think about. Any other thoughts, observations?
I guess compared to some of the jams, it's very like there's TSM or TMS, and this is like not
The opposite of
yeah.
TMS standing for too many solos.
Too many solos. This is not enough solos. I
Yeah.
guess. Like this is a great track. but,
NMS,
like,
not many solos.
Yeah, not many solos.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I would say, I agree. To maybe illustrate more plainly, I think we had a really strong bed. It felt very good and foundational. It felt like a really nice bed for something to lay on. But we didn't. You weren't laying on it. To be clear, you weren't laying on it. But I don't think we didn't put our full weight on it. Not our full weight on the bed. This analogy is falling apart. Okay, but you understand what I'm getting at. So I think we had a strong thing, and I think what we're going to get into today is the storytelling aspect of it. Because the way I'm looking at it, I haven't developed the firm names for it yet, but I think that really when you're looking at the jam, how to create a good jam song, you're looking at three parts. You're looking at the pregame, so it's the mental preparation that you use in order to prepare for what you're about to do. That can help a lot. A lot of people neglect that. Then you have the actual structural foundational piece, which I think we did a good job of. Just like, okay, here's a solid 2 chords, a groove, some woo-woo-woos. Okay, we are jamming. But then the third part is like, okay, well, how do we tell a story with those components? Where it seemed like, some people have trouble getting to the second part, but then sometimes we just get stuck in the second part and we don't know how to make this into, I guess actually the transition between 2 and 3 is the difference between a jam and a song sometimes, right? Like how do we make it a complete piece of music? So let's get into that a little bit. What chord progression were you playing, just for everyone's
I
knowledge?
was playing a D minor 7, or it's going, yeah, it's basically doing just a D minor,
2.
and an F major 7.
Okay, D minor to F major. Okay,
Just kind of moving.
between those two.
Yep.
Right. So, and we're going to play again. So the idea, what I want to do, and I think that's a good progression for us all to use as a foundation for now. I'm a big proponent of the two chord rule, and the reason I'm a proponent of that is because you can turn that into 17 chords if you want, but the 2 chords, it's manageable. It's easy for everyone to grasp onto, and then you can find a lot of different ways to create embellishment on that progression.
I saw it as a 6-1 situation, so I was just really just like, yeah, but I wasn't embellishing the 6 much.
Right.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure. No, and I think that was great as a foundation. But so let's think about this. So, what do we think if we're looking at how to tell a story? So we have a basic progression that worked well. I think we had a solid enough groove. Everything was flowing neatly. But how do we make this? It felt like we got stuck in the intro. That's what it felt like to me. So what do you think would be the next step to get beyond the intro?
Maybe some like some basic lyrics, like one word to anchor on, kind of like tell us what the song is about. Also just like changing up the dynamics, balance, and rhythm, which I felt kind of happened, So those are like me.
Right. Any other thoughts?
Maybe creating a turnaround situation.
Ooh, yeah. I want to get to that. That was one of the things we're gonna get to.
Sure.
I think that yes, I think that's a great place to start, if any. So I feel like, yeah, you were giving us the good oohty oohs, but then I was waiting for somebody. It didn't necessarily have to be you, but I feel like we were waiting for someone to take charge of the situation. So someone has to step into leadership and say, okay, I'm about to, or, you know, or sometimes, whatever, you know what I mean? So did you have a hard time coming up with words, or you didn't get there yet?
Yeah, I just we talked about this a couple days ago, but I don't really words don't come easy to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the same vein, I would suggest, and let's see if we can make this happen from here. In the same vein, I'm like 2 chords, pick one word.
Okay.
We can workshop it now. What's a word that comes to mind?
Late. That's what I was saying. I don't know if y'all heard me. I was like, I might be late because I was thinking about when I was late to work today.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, great. That's a great place to develop an idea from. So I feel like that's your seed,
Yeah.
right? Lateness. The idea of lateness. It could be as literal as like, I was late today and here's why. You could also be more abstract about what does it mean to be late? What does it mean to be on time? You know what I'm saying? But let's see if we can go, now let's see if we can get it as far as a intro and a verse. Does that seem fair? Try and just, don't think of lyrics. Remember, we talked about, think of lyrics as like, it doesn't have to be poetry. It just has to be like, try to make it honest. Just speak to us.
Okay.
Express yourself.
Okay.
Yeah? Just imagine you're talking in pitch. Just imagine you're talking to us in pitch. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try one more time. Let's see where we get to. 1, 2, 3.
As I was saying, I was late to work today. I don't know what to do about that. 'Cause I'm still gonna be home anyway. I got on the wrong train. I got on the wrong train. So I was late, and my boss wasn't thinking about it, but I had so much shit to do when I got there. She was moving and running and going and going and going. The things was cooking, and the waiters was waiting. Things was cooking, and the waiters was waiting. Things was cooking, and the waiters was waiting. Oh, I'm there, but the cook was still cooking, and the waiters was still waiting.
Lovely. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay, so what did we notice? What do we think happened between the first time and the second time? Where do we see improvement?
And I felt more comfortable.
Okay, you just felt more comfortable. So why do you think you felt more comfortable?
Just get used to the space and the folks involved.
Okay, cool. Great. Anything else do we think from a technical perspective that changed? Anybody? How did this feel different than the first time? What did we do differently?
I tried to switch up the baseline a bit more, and since we were mentioning dynamics, I was like, oh, okay, this feels like a fun for me to be quiet because we drop back. And then once I started drawing back, that's when Monte started talking
Right.
instead of doing anything. So I tried to be more intentional with my dynamics and change up the baseline when there's like a new section, so it feels more obvious to everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt that definitely. Anything else?
Just more playful in general,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
What does playful mean to you?
It seems like everyone's a lot, like you said, more comfortable, a lot out of their heads, not as much. Just, I think make a good first impression.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the groove set in a little more.
Yeah.
I also feel like, personally, the things I noticed were, I would even consider that a B section. I feel like you created, it was enough of a difference where I was like, oh, we're somewhere else. We're close, which is, especially in a jam context, I think that's really important to figure out something that is manageable. Because B sections can be really challenging. If you go too far off the path, then we just start a new thing and then the thing falls apart. But that was really close. So what did you do? Do you mind sharing what you did? What was the change that you made? So instead of that D to F, what did you do?
Well, instead of the D to F, I just chose a different note in the F chord, so I just named it on the 5 instead of going back from like, well, the 1 is here, now the 1 is here. I do like
Right.
you know, so it's like I try and do stuff where the chord on top of me can stay the same, but I'll change my position, and that makes enough of a difference. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know exactly what I'm doing, but it's enough of a difference to get you to play differently than what you were doing before.
Right. And this is a really powerful and important technique. First of all, I'm gonna have to don't get a big head or a bigger head. Then you already got.
It's like average
But
age.
bass players,
It's average.
bass players. As much as it pains me to say it, you may have heard me say it before, but I keep saying it, which is like, no matter how fancy, how important I think I am, or we think we are, the harmonic players, we are not the boss. Sometimes you can bully a bass player occasionally if they're not that good. You can bully them. But in the end of the day, like, if I say, I'm like, oh, C major, or like A minor, it's A minor. And that's a really important tool that we can utilize. So this is an example. So from the bass perspective, what I think is really good to realize is it's like, okay, if you know you have these two chords, it's simple as choosing another. There's like a bazillion different reharmonizations that are so close to the original that it won't interfere with the groove, because at the end of the day we need the groove to stay solid, right? So okay, obviously what we're gonna do, we said F minor to F, which by the way, I might even mention that that's kind of, how do I put that?
Same thing.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? They're the relative major and minor of each other, but it's basically the same idea, and that's what's so cool about music, honestly, these like little shifts, even though technically it's the same thing, it feels very different, right? So we have D minor to F major, right? And then Sen suggested D minor to F over C. I mean, even if the point is, if the guitar players didn't change, or the keyboarders, whoever didn't change, it didn't disrupt the music. There are more daring choices you could have made, but that was like a strong one to get us to another section. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? Okay. And I don't want to ramble on too far. I want us to keep trying to evolve this music. But so we got a verse. What I want us to do, I want us to see if we can embellish upon the A section and get to a chorus. I think we need to find a chorus and get to what a chorus is. And by the way, I do want to say that, well, first I'd like to say I think it's really important that we try not to tune out the perspective of the voice if you're an instrumentalist, or tuning out the instrumentalist if you're the voice, because that's what happens all the time. But you need to know, so you can always tell when I get my feeling. Everyone needs to know on a deep level what the words are. We need to know what the difference between a verse and a chorus is. So I know we're all anxious to play, but I do encourage us all to like try and see the perspective of the voice or any other instrument, because trust me, it all applies back to whatever you're doing. So we're gonna come back to that. Let me just let's deal with these chord progressions. So example, that's the main progression. You could also go, that's choosing A, right? So the basic idea is just, okay, you choose a different note in the chord, okay? That's one option. You also could, what's something weird to do? Sorry, maybe later. Or maybe not, but there's actually a ton of options on bass, but I think it's, you got to get used to, I would say a great exercise, and I think that's what we can do today. I think that's what I'm going to challenge you to do, is try and find some other reharmonization. So we can use the D minor as the anchor, and then that was what I did before, right? D minor. So those are a couple examples, but see how much you can stretch the harmony and without it feeling like it falls apart.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah, okay, fun. So guys, what is a chorus? What is it?
It's a feel.
I mean,
I guess it feels like stable, something you can sing along to. I mean, these are things I've characterized choruses as.
you said stable?
Yeah.
Feels stable. Okay.
It feels like something, I mean, in the same way we're talking about, like, oh, we can use the D as like a chord we can get back to, like, the chorus feels like another thing that you can come back to even though you're still playing the same song. And so in that sense, I feel like the chorus feels stable.
Okay, so right, it's something you repeat. You could say it's something that's repeated and it feels stable because it feels like home base or something that,
Like,
yes.
that's what the song is anchored on, and then all the verses are where you, like, explore and stuff, I feel.
Okay, I think that's a great way to put it. So a chorus being like an anchor point, right? Something that's repetitive. It anchors us. I think another way you could call it is a topic, right? It's the thesis. It's the idea that we end up exploring in the verse, right? So okay, so I love your verses. What do you think would be the thesis, or what would be an idea for the chorus?
The idea for the chorus, well, I'm talking about being late to work, and what I was really thinking in like today was just like, yeah, I was late, but it really didn't matter. No one gave a fuck. I was anxious about being late, but no one cared. So, yeah.
Okay, so if you had to like, in a phrase, the way I look at a chorus sometimes is just, I think a chorus can be anything worth repeating. You know, if it feels like, I need to say that, like, do you ever get that feeling like, I need to say that again?
Yeah.
And that could be a lot of things. I mean, you could be having a song about being late, but then the chorus is, fuck that job. Fuck this job. And then if you say, fuck this job, everyone is your friend. Everyone's gonna be like, yes! I relate to that! You know, fuck that.
No, you're right. Fuck that.
Right. You know what? I think that's the chorus. You down with that as the chorus? All right.
Like, what you're saying though is like, fuck this anxiety.
Ooh.
Right.
The job was giving me the anxiety, so fuck the job and the anxiety.
Okay, so honestly, low key, I think, boom, chorus, fuck this job. Or that, or both. This and that job. Bridge, we can talk about the anxiety. See, like, I feel like the bridge is that moment you're like, okay, but here's this other secret third thing. Hey, it's good to see you. Wow, okay, I need more chairs and shit. It's a party. Come on in, come on in. This is a talk.
It's the bass.
We got 4 bass guitars.
At some,
You
I
can
will
tell
say
because I
at
don't
the
know how high
end,
it
we
is.
probably, I'm gonna like regret this, but maybe we should all just.
I'll play whatever though.
He said he's kicking us all out if we said that.
Well, that's the point. We can play it and then I can kick you out. But okay, great. Good to see you again. And you sing? play, sing, play, sing. Okay, cool. All right. So we got fuck. We just catch you up. We just found the chorus for this song that we're writing basically in an improvised way. It's fuck this job.
We work at the
I'm sorry.
Oh, see now.
We work together, yeah. So yeah, you
Oh,
can
this
help
is
me out.
perfect. This is perfect. You know what? And low key, so then you got the first verse, second verse. Come on, you're already gonna be tapped in. Okay, perfect. All right. Let's play again. I don't want to yammer too long, but I do want to ask you guys very briefly. What do you think, musically speaking, will indicate to a listener that this is the chorus? What can we do musically in order to indicate that?
Repeat whatever you're playing in a pretty. Yeah, like don't change it up in between like the two chords, I guess. Like whatever is 2 or 4 bars that you're repeating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep those like more similar than regular.
Interesting. Okay, I'll respond to that in a moment. I have thoughts. Any other interpretations? What do you think we can do musically in order to indicate a chorus?
Some kind of hook.
I'm saying some kind of hook. You said? Well, I think fuck this job is the hook.
That's a good hook.
Yeah. So, but I mean, come on, guys. I feel like give me those music words. Come on.
Dynamics. Yeah.
Okay, dynamics. Okay. So speak more to that. What can we do?
Like, say, for example, like, oh, this is the chorus. Hey, let's build something. Let's raise, like, gradually, dynamically. Like, oh, we're at the chorus. And then it
Right.
gets-
So it's very common for the volume level, the dynamic level to rise because to increase impact, right, on the chorus. So dynamics, yes. And you also, I guess, said that energy. Okay, I like that because what are some different ways we can create energy? I think dynamics is one way. What's another way?
Rhythmically. That's all I can come up with.
Rhythmically.
Yeah, sorry.
Rhythmically, yes.
Rhythmically.
Okay, rhythmically, but what are you doing with the rhythm?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you'll just kind of feel it like something you want to dance to a little bit. Like, I mean, no, like, okay.
I'm trying to suss things out.
No, like, if you're in the verse, and like, for example, on drums, like, you're playing like, and then you switch it, and then like, they're singing and everything, then it just makes sense to me that when you get back to the chorus, you're like, so to speak, going crazy again. Yeah, and I feel like that's what I mean when I say like switching things up rhythmically.
Okay, right.
Like,
I was trying to, I knew what you were trying to say, but I wanted you to say it. Right, so I think another way to say that is density. So like, that can be both being rhythmically more syncopated, like filling up a little bit more of the space. I also think we suffer a lot in the jam sessions because we don't distinguish in our mind between a verse and a chorus, and everyone just treats everything like a chorus. Like everything is as dense as possible, there's like very little space. But if you think, okay, so this is the moment where like, one, there's like some practical reasons for this. As a vocalist, like everyone's gonna still hear what's happening. Like if you start doing all your crazy shit over the verse, it drowns out what the voice is often doing, or even a soloist sometimes. But if you do that on the chorus, everyone's already like once you say it once, everyone knows what's happening. And then once you do your reharmonizations, once you do some different syncopations with the rhythm, creates energy, creates intensity, and then when we go back to the verse, it also creates that peak in the valley that we want. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. Enough talk. Music. Fuck this job or that job. Is it this job or that job? What do you think?
I mean, I'm still there, so it's this job.
But you know what? It could be like.
But eventually,
Right. At the last end of the song, you fuck that job.
Yes.
Right. That's writing. All right, y'all. Let's try it one more time. Okay, so boom. Let's do it like this. Are you also down to sing for us? Okay. So I'm thinking intro, verse, chorus, second verse. Yeah? You got it. You got it. You got it. And I want you to, you can respond, you know what I'm saying? This could be your rebuttal to whatever they said in the first verse about the job. Like, yeah, and also, I don't fuck with that manager, whatever. Oh. Wait, are you guys managers? I should have asked that
No, we're
first.
not.
Okay. Fuck that other manager. Okay. Intro.
I was late today. The train got me going somewhere that I didn't know. I walked in today and the gas was cooking and the waiters were waiting and I was late. But fuck this job. Fuck this job. Fuck this job. Fuck this job.
Yeah. Step up to the mic. Take your time. Ain't no pressure. Mm. Uh-huh. True.
Fuck this job. Fuck this job.
Hey! Wait, keep that going. Whatever you're doing. 3, 4. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I think we did an excellent job there. I think we had some peaks, we had some valleys. I know you missed the first part.
I'd be scared. I'm sorry.
Me too.
No, that's real.
okay.
That's real. That's real. I was recommending before, number one, like, don't think of lyrics as some poetic thing. Just talk to us. You know, like, just talk in pitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be one note the entire time even. But just talk to us. Hopefully with pitch and with rhythm. Hopefully. But don't dismiss, listen, musical theater, they drop all that shit all the time. All of a sudden they just talking. Just talking, you know? Blues too, you know?
Yeah.
That's another, yeah, that's it. Yeah. You're like, that's true, that's true. It's really true. Okay, cool. Okay, I think this, all right, so this sounds good. This sounds smooth, but I think I want to figure out how we can up the ante here. And then we're gonna start again. I think we're gonna start again and with a new group. But okay, now let's get crazy. So you were so tasteful.
Feel a little weird.
I want to pull more out of you. So I just want to say this. I was talking about this, I think, last time. Who knows what target notes are? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Who wants to define what target notes are?
I mean, isn't the name in the title?
It is, but it doesn't mean people understand. But like, how would you use that in a musical context for you? How do you use targeting or
A
target
note that
notes?
I'm targeting?
Yeah, how do you use that?
I guess it depends if it's like the root of the chord or like a note in the melody.
Mm.
You know, those are the 2 points I think. Like,
Okay.
if it's a note in the melody, I might like put some different harmony underneath it. If it's a bass note, then I don't know.
Okay, let me rephrase this. I guess what do you think the utility of target notes are? What do they allow you to do?
It can help you get through a section, like if you're trying to hear your way through a section. Like, I guess in jazz school we talked about target notes in the context of like you want to hear the third of the chord and be able to do that for any chord in the song.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's helpful for just like hearing your way through things.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think the way I conceive of it, I do agree. I think of it like the skeletal structure of the thing. In many cases, it allows you. The thing that actually makes jazz, I think, or a lot more complex music work, is finding the simplest thing that you like, the necessary thing. If you're overly democratic, if you think all the notes have equal importance, sometimes that can be confusing or hard to get through things. So you can use a target note, because there's a million ways. If you're trying to get to D, you know, you go, or, like there's like literally an infinite number of ways to arrive at one note, right? But if you get too caught up in all the notes leading up to it, basically, I actually think a really easy way to think of it is as a landing. And you need your landing. You can do a lot of bullshit, honestly. You can do so much bullshit. As long as if you go, okay? You need your fucking landing, right? Like low-key, isn't that kind of crazy? Like in gymnastics, you can do like really crazy shit, but then if you go, everyone's like, oh! And then none of that shit matters anymore. They're like you can do the craziest shit, but if you don't land it, they're like, no. You know what I'm saying? But you can do something that's a little simpler. It's actually not that simple to land, right? That's the thing, right? But if you land it, now I'm like, because you did that. You know what I mean? If you hit on the one, like people are like, yes. So I'm encouraging us using targeting as a skill set, and this gives us a lot more freedom. What this allows us to do is to say, and that's why I'm getting back to this idea of like a 2-chord system within the jam context. I'm a 2 to 4 chord type nigga, you know what I'm saying? But 2 is great, because we have these 2 chords, right? Okay, but you know, you can go, what is it? Okay, that's one example.
I was kind of hot.
Thank you. Whatever. What's an example? I mean, but you could. Don't sleep on that. That could go off. But you can fit so many different things in the space. As long as you're strong and you're clear in your landing point. This is true lyrically too, by the way. Like the commonality is a lot of times you hear rappers do this all the time. If we're talking about late, everything else before that kind of doesn't matter. In your mind, you're like da 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 da. There's no debate. I'm gonna get fired if I keep being late. Da da da. You're worried about the ending, and then you kind of reverse engineer the rest of the phrase. If you want to punctuate your point. Like, and it's funny because the human brain's kind of simple that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a running joke. It's like, people be like, yeah, let me take this. You know, we making music in Zava's basement. People are like, oh shit, that's where we are! You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy! Anyway, that's a skill you can use. Target, where do you want to land? Figure out like what that one note is, or that one word, and then use that as your landing point and for emphasis. Does that make sense? Yeah, don't overthink it though. I'm just saying, that's something we can get into. Once we get y'all rapping, we'll okay. All right, last time. So what I want to see, and now we may have a couple crashes here. okay? But sometimes that can still work out. It's again, if we land together, some of that abstract harmony may actually fit together. But just our target notes are D and F. That's simple enough. That's our skeleton, and then we're going to use some notes or chords leading up to that. I didn't actually say what I was doing. Did it make sense what I did?
In an abstract way. I mean, it made sense, but I can't hear it as fast as you can play.
Right, fair. I just want to make this clear. So as an example, like again, so that example I used, I think I went. So literally, that's just a walk down. So I'm like D, and then I went leading into the F. I went G, G flat, F.
Oh, okay.
And then E, E flat, D.
And were you doing that? Can I get the chords like going down from what was it? G, going down from G.
G,
to F?
sure. So D minor, G minor. That's G flat alt, F.
Okay.
Then E minor. That's E flat alt again. And D. You can do a lot in terms of the different chord qualities, and we'll get more into that later. But what's more important is the motion.
Are you
So that
suspending the fourth or holding a note? What do you say?
actually, no, I don't want to say. Actually, yes.
That's how
But that's a good, yes. I'm using that top note that holds the voices together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, and it's just a big, like, I didn't hear that.
You're not Jake
I was
Paul.
just getting
That was a good guess. No, next time don't. Just,
I'm just-
next time pretend like I heard that.
I'm not trying to show
Too honest, this guy. Thank you. All right. So anyway, so I need us to stretch here. So we can start. By the time we get past the first chorus, I need us to start exploring more. I need us to see it in that second verse. That's the other thing. Once an idea is established, we have more room to play around with. So second verse, second chorus. Let's try and see if we can stretch it. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. And don't be scared. Nothing matters. One, two, three.
What should we say? What should we say?
Uh-huh.
Girl, we were saying but you ain't sure to work today. Girl, you suck, and I was working. You suck, and I was working.
made some progress there. I like that you guys got looser. You were just like expressing yourselves. Yeah. Last thing I'll say about what we just did, barrier to entry. Lowering the barrier to entry is really important. I was talking about this on Tuesday. I want to reiterate, it is so valuable, not only in music but in life, to find the lowest barrier to entry. So I gave the example of like, if I think to myself, oh, I gotta do 50 push-ups today, I may or probably won't do those push-ups. But if I start with, I just need to move anything. If I just start with a wiggle, or if I can convince myself to stand up, I'm much closer to actually doing those 50 push-ups. And sometimes, a lot of the times, music can be like that. In a performance context, that's one of the reasons, aside from the physical mechanics of your body, why a warm-up is so valuable, is because it habituates you, it primes you for what you're about to do, and it allows you to be able to access it more readily. You know, so showing up cold mentally can be hard. You know, I don't think I said this on Tuesday, but been watching a lot of random Kobe clips. His birthday just passed, right? And a lot. This is common for a lot of players, but Kobe would go OD. He'd be putting up shots 2 or 3 hours before every game. Just straight putting up shots. And then by the time he got to the game, it was just another shot. It wasn't. It changes the way it's framed in your mind and your body. So that is one way to access it. But in a jam context, some days you may show up and you already feel ready to like give it all you got. But in the moments where you're feeling uncomfortable, I think you did a great thing by just sometimes a shooby-doo-bop. Sometimes you just need to shooby-doo-bop your way. And you just keep on shooby-doo-bopping until a word or an idea reveals itself. But it's about being in motion versus being in rest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So lyrics, as long as you're like sometimes you gotta say, I don't know what to say. Sometimes you gotta say, like you literally just say whatever's on your like, or saying that you're nervous or just expressing like what you're feeling. Just externalize what's happening in your inner world, and now we have music together. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, I love what y'all were doing. That was fun. I think it's great because you're homies and fam, so like we felt that energy. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now. Thank you. Let's clap a little more time for this group. Okay, now let's get Nabil, if you mind getting on the bass. Nate, do you want to play guitar?
Sure, I'll play guitar.
Okay, Nate on the guitar.
Can I borrow a guitar from somebody?
You like the bluey? That's mine. That's you got it. Yeah. Good to see you.
Where did you get this thing?
I've had that thing for a while now.
Oh, man.
Like a year, probably.
This is so pretty.
Isn't it? Yeah, you're gonna need to tune that. But while we set up, do you guys have any thoughts, questions about what we just did? Could I elucidate anything for you?
I love that. I don't know. I thought it was great.
Okay, great.
I love what you said.
Thank you. Yes, I accept compliments. Yes. Yeah. Anybody? Any questions that came up for you?
With the approach, you were playing full-on like approach chords, not just like individual notes, right?
Right. I was playing approach chords, but
That way
the
you
important
can,
thing, that's what I'm saying,
songs.
centering yourself around the motion, right? Like, I literally, guys, this is something, I think this is really something really important to say.
This is very long cable.
One thing when it comes to like chords and these chord people are focused on the wrong shit. And I say this as a person that has obsessed and loves chords so much. Like it's harmony is beautiful. So it's not. I don't want to say you're doing the wrong thing, but I don't think we understand the priority system that we need to have. I would even argue that because you have two melodies pretty much at least on any Western music song. Western music song, not Western, not like country, but like music from the West. You have, you will generally have your vocal melody, or maybe it's a saxophone, whatever, some sort of lead melody, but then you also have your bass melody, right? And these two melodies are really what's usually, from my, you could argue with me about it, but this is what I think holds it together. You have these two melodies, and then the stuff in the middle is really negotiable. Really, really negotiable. There's like a million different ways you can color the in-between stuff, as long as the top and the bottom are really strong. That's just something to think about. I do want to contextualize. I didn't mean to say this really quickly, which is what I find, and it seems natural, but we, in jam sessions, we try to do too much. And ambiguity is your friend. I feel like that could be used against me later, but like, hear me out here. Because when I mean ambiguity, what I mean is what I don't see a lot of people doing is playing like really open voicings. So an example of that would be like literally if more guitar players, honestly, power chords.
Hell yeah, let's go. I'm so in my rock phase right now. Tone voicings, you know.
Hell yeah. Well, right, but now I was gonna say like, and we can do that too. We can go fucking hard body with it. But what I'm referencing is like if you were playing some like, if instead of D minor you just played the 151 or 159, that voice allows, you could go pretty much anywhere and it's all gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Those all work. Here's one that's a little, woo! Okay, here's an out one. But it's still hot. That's hot. See what I'm saying? But so I wish more people understood, like, I know we all have some, like an axe to grind or something to prove, you know. But remember that between all of us is the music, not just, you don't have to do it all yourself. And if you play things that are like open, like fists, a lot of force, that actually gives a lot of space for it to be interpretive for the other musicians. It also is more interpretive for the human ear because just like, optical illusions basically based on this principle of like, your brain will fill in the gaps. You see what I'm saying? So you actually don't have to do all the work. Yes?
Why is a fourth open? Like what?
Okay. I'm gonna try to keep this brief. But most the music that we're familiar with is based on a system of thirds. So the system being like whatever, C major, those are thirds, right? But when you play, or you play minor, but when you play fourths, it doesn't necessarily, it's that in between space. That could be a major chord or like a dominant chord, or it could be a minor chord. That sound, it's very ambiguous.
So that's what, like 1 4 7.
Yeah, in this case, 1 4 flat 7. I won't get into the whole. I do also have like a
We don't have to tangent.
harmonic, but it matters. It's useful to know this. I actually think that it, I would say do a little research on the harmonic series, learn about that. I actually think that these strong, like literally fists and fourths, which are kind of the same thing on the other side of itself. It is like the foundational.
More strings.
More strings! No, I'm glad you're here. But Roland, just without getting on a whole nother space odyssey, look up the harmonic series, and literally any sound, any vibration, it's going to start with the fundamental, or the bottom, then the octave of that thing, then the fifth, then the root again, and then the third. Like literally, we only hear, when I play this note, you're usually only resonating, or you're only recognizing it as one note, but it's actually a long series of notes, all being sounded simultaneously,
Yeah.
quieter and quieter, right, as it goes farther up the series. But if you look at that shape, okay, that is, what is that? That's a major chord, right? So you have the 1-5-1, you have a power chord, and then you have a major chord, and that resonates for a variety of reasons. But we'll get back to that. So fourths and fifths. And that gives a lot more space, both practically and then I actually think on like a vibrational level for more things to happen. Let's play and let's see what the fuck happens. How's that sound? Yeah? Okay, are you gonna be our lead vocalist this time? You down? Yeah, you got it. Give it up. Say your name again. Liberada? Yo, give it up for Liberada. All you gotta do is say what you feel. Just say what you feel. All right. Also, Adam, let's get you comfy. I don't
Play
know.
some percussion or something. I'm just chilling here, dude. I just
Okay, cool. Yeah, but yeah, percussion shit. I'm not against that. For once.
What's up?
Also, Adam, just very quickly, was there an instrument you were looking to prioritize?
I brought bass. I got
Okay.
sticks, so I'm like.
You're
I'm in the
either or?
section vibe. Yeah.
Honestly, do you want to play drums right now?
Let me go to the restroom real quick.
Okay, all right. Like,
So,
another drummer for once. I'm like, woo! All right, let's just play a thing. Who wants to start an idea?
I have an idea.
Do it.
Go for
Hell yeah. Okay, but I'm gonna need you to turn up though, especially with that progression. I just wanted to get ahead of it because I can already see a crash happening. There was one thing I was noticing that wasn't gelling. Did anyone notice it? Or did it all feel great to you and I'm just tripping?
I think just like when we changed the chord, instead of like dun, 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 that's one way you can interpret it, but I think it changes a little earlier. Is it like 2 beats and then you change?
I was doing like, right?
Right. What were you doing?
Rhythm.
I was struggling. So.
Okay, right. And that's why I wanted to address this because
Yeah.
the start, this is where things can either snowball in a positive or negative direction.
Yeah.
It's not an overly complicated part, but if we steam ahead, I see this a lot. Like people are like, well, we're just gonna go full steam ahead with this, and then with each additional layer of music, like a voice or whatever, second guitar, God forbid, or or sax or whatever. Then it just gets muddier and muddier because the foundation. So don't be in a rush. I just want to make sure we can find each other. So what are some ways let's be super fucking for real. When you can't find it, what do you do?
Ask.
Listen.
Okay, all right. So yes.
I try to
So,
sing it.
but I'm gonna say, okay, right. Okay, that's a great strategy. So there's like a series of, there's like a pecking order, right? So in an ideal world, you just listen. You'll find it. You know what I mean? There's that. Bullshit. Sometimes you're not fucking finding it. So if you need to find it, what is your next mode? So okay, ideally you just have the best ears, your ear training kicks in and you find it. If you can't find it, then I actually think what Adam said is a great example. Did you feel like you could sing it? Like, could you hear in your mind? Okay, so let's try
I
it.
can sing it, yeah.
Okay, and literally I want you to sing
Yeah.
it. So play the chords and sing the bass notes. Okay, now stop. Sing it for me. Okay, see there it is. So you're hearing something.
Different?
You're hearing something different.
Yeah.
You're hearing other notes in the chorus, those aren't the bass notes.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I know we talked about this a little. Did you do any ear training over the week? It's a lifelong process.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just pretend this is a real jam session. And if it's any jam session besides mine, and maybe even mine, you might get a funny look from somebody. So you might get a funny look not from Nate, because Nate's a nice guy, but you might get just inquisitive, just a little like kind of expression.
Yeah.
So once it becomes clear that we're not, did it feel like to you? Let's be clear. Did it feel like to you like you were together?
No.
No, okay. Hallelujah. That's actually big. That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank God.
I know.
You were like, this is not right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've established that.
If we didn't feel that way, there would be a problem.
Sometimes, but okay. So we're like, this don't feel right.
Yeah.
First of all, trust that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Trust yourself and
Yeah.
know like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Okay? So instead of trying to ignore it, we're gonna address it directly. And so I think, okay, so the first thing is singing it,
Mhm.
but what you sang is also I think what you played,
Yeah.
which was not right, which is fine.
Yeah.
Then said it.
Ass.
You better ask. You better ask somebody. So let's experiment. Let's try it. No, why you playing? No, see what I'm talking about. No, you ain't got Okay, let's see. All right, can you find that? I do want to mention one other side thing, because what I also don't see often is no one's trying to help nobody half the time. So us harmonic players, we act like sometimes they just don't know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like the levels, the complexity. They just can't get the depths of like.
Not joining
No, but on the real, like, why don't I see very rarely do I see a player just say like, let me just play the bass note,
Yeah.
because it can get muddied up by playing all those extra notes.
I'm
right?
embarrassed that I didn't do that.
No, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. But I want to say we can meet in the middle is the point.
No, you're
So if they're not getting it, you can make it clear before you start yelling. Because I will say, sometimes yelling out chords, depending on how far people are from each other, kills the fucking vibe. Sometimes it and half the time you can't even see. It's like,
You're like, what?
what is that? And they actually play the wrong thing because D and G all sound. You know what I mean? It all sounds the same in a loud room. So, but you can like, okay, let's make it easier to hear. Okay, let's see if you can catch it.
Let's get that rhythm together too.
Okay, good. more time. I don't want to belabor it. I'm deciding if I should go down this rabbit hole. We're gonna come back to it, but don't let me forget. I want to talk about how to make your mistakes when you're trying to figure it out sound intentional.
Yeah.
Because there's some strategies for that too. You're choosing the quiet approach, which can work, but when it doesn't work, there's some other strategies. All right.
Also, I feel like that limits the potential for how good it can be, too. If you're kind of trying to hide underneath me.
Like not confident.
Yeah, it's like then it can never be the best.
Yeah.
You know.
That makes sense.
I mean, you're just talking about in finding the key, right? So it's.
Yeah. All right. Fuck it. I gotta talk about it for a second. Listen. Strong and wrong is a powerful phrase, especially as a bass player. So a lot of times I think we make the mistake of thinking what people, I mean, on some level, like when you're playing the wrong thing, quote unquote, that's what creates like the feeling of, oh, we don't like this. But a lot of times I actually find it's the feeling of a lack of confidence. And it actually is making your job harder because you can hardly hear yourself, right? So you're like you're stumbling around, and it actually is like it's conveying something you don't want to convey. Versus if you hit any note wrong, but like loud enough that you can hear it, now you can adjust easily.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like with confidence that can be a really powerful thing.
Yeah.
So I just want to encourage you to do that. And as you get better at it, you can start adding like low key. You can like noodle in a way that sounds musical, and people will just think you are out. All right.
That's the jazz rule. Practice never playing one fret away.
Yeah.
I realize you were
True.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
I know we want to make sound, but I'm gonna have to come back to musicians and magicians. We're gonna talk about that. Don't let me forget. Somebody who wants to be Tristan.
Musicians, magicians.
Yeah.
Later.
Don't. Yeah. After we play once. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
I didn't feel like we got stuck.
I started to hear actually movement with the rhythm that you started adding in. I feel like it's starting to build.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm sorry.
Maybe we didn't get
I
back
showed
into the
my
chorus.
prejudice. I showed my prejudice here. But I do think it felt like I wasn't sure where the direction was, what direction we were going in. That was my experience.
Yeah.
Like if we were building into a chorus or not?
Right. Yeah. I guess I didn't have a sense of direction personally.
I heard vocals try and come in, I was just curious what you were starting. Yeah. No, like genuine.
Actually, no, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Do I be like quiet?
No.
Can you hear me? For
The
a while?
problem is like you're behind the speaker. I think probably that.
I think it's a little of both. I can turn you up, so I think you are a little quiet, but also, you're behind the speaker, so it may sound quieter to you than it does to the rest of us.
Okay, but
Yeah. So and this is where it's like, how much is it the technology? How much is it us? I think it felt like you were getting, from my perspective, it felt like you were getting comfortable. You could be a little louder, but I understand you were still like finding your grounding.
I've been trying to find it, like, you know.
So let's talk about that for a second. So I think we had a pretty strong bed. We found our bed, but now we need some sheets. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. These analogies are works in progress. So I'm gonna recommend similar to what I recommended before. Honestly, actually, what would you recommend they do?
I would recommend that you just talk. Like we were saying earlier. Just talk.
So hashtag no filter, is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yes, I agree. I think here's what I want to do in terms of, I want to figure out how to simplify. So again, we're talking about the lowest barrier of entry. So just talking, but let's be real, sometimes just talking, you're like, I don't have anything to say. Like, that seems to magically happen when we get on the microphone. Like, you're like, damn, like, a second ago I felt like I had a lot to say, now I don't have anything to say. So if that's not working, how do we create a lower barrier of entry? So I do think you started vocalizing, just getting yourself in motion, so that was good. I think coming back to this idea of targeting. So we can target one note, and we can target one word.
Humming.
Yes, and that's what I was talking about. Like, I feel like they were humming before, and so that was a good start into like finding your footing. But I think let's actually literally like find a note for you, because here's my go-to, the two-step, right? I always talk about how when you have your two-step, the two-step is so important in dance, or your foundational step is so important, because whether you're talking about salsa, whether you're talking about, I'm only thinking of like crib walking or whatever. I'm just thinking of very LA things. But a two-step is an example of something where it's like, look, you have your motion, so that means you're in the dance, and then when you want to do something fancy, if you decide to do a spin move or a drop or whatever, you decide to get sturdy, whatever, I don't know how you dance. If you decide to pop lock or whatever, you always know you can come back to this easy movement that keeps you in the dance. It keeps you, that's like the target, is the two-step, right? You always know, I'm gonna land back here, so even if I try to do something fancy and it doesn't stick, I'm still dancing. Like, I haven't fallen off the beat, right? Does that make sense to you?
Yes. And
Okay.
Also, I don't like talking. Is that okay?
You don't like talking?
No. I like the humming.
Oh, so you don't want to put words to this piece?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Is that generally how you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Like, overall, you just like
Don't be
vocalizing?
No, it's just be like, yes, and that's it.
Well, it is okay. Like, I don't want to, like, that is your creative, if that's your creative vision for the music, then I think you should go with that. But even if without words, let's say fuck the words, okay? I think we can still give you like a landing note, so that even when you try something more ambitious, you always have this note to come back to. So guys, can we play just the bass and the guitar? And I want to find a note that feels comfortable, literally in your throat, in your voice, that just feels like a bed. Does that make sense? Okay. Just sing one note for me that feels harmonious with the music. Okay, beautiful. Do it again. focus on starting with and maybe going to ahs or oohs, right? You can take that same, you're basically in unison with the rest of the music, which is very nice.
Yeah.
And then just see if you can add feeling by changing the tone, right? Like by going versus opening your mouth. It also makes it easier for us to hear you. You also can add more grit, whatever. No,
That's low key like what I was thinking. Like, when
I
you
mean,
said
this is the kind of song you would do
yeah.
that on. But just see if you can like change your tone, play with the tone. You can do the same part. And then I guess honestly, what I'm gonna suggest then is I think maybe we can take up a little more room in order to like make it feel like a full sound together. Does that make sense?
Do you want me to play like a riff or something?
Maybe. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try the rhythm first. Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, yeah, clap it up. Okay, so what do we think, guys? What could create more emotion in this piece? Where do you guys want to go next?
I wanted to add another chord here. I kind of want to go to like F. Or, sorry. I'm hearing that.
Okay, can you play it in context?
Yeah, so like.
That's giving bridge or something to me.
Yeah,
like a B section kind of
Right.
situation. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, any other suggestions? How can we take this up a notch?
A diminished chord.
You said what?
Diminished chord.
Yeah, just okay, just diminish chords. Yeah, fucking.
I mean, you had a ton of room as a vocalist. They gave you basically like this massive canvas to work on. So I think that you had a lot of room to stretch out. So like you had the kind of texture going, and then there's room.
Yeah.
However you want to take that,
Yeah, you can fill that room. I guess I actually kind of think what I'm trying to point out here is because that is like the most conventional like next step in like a lot of songs. But I actually think in the jam context, the only thing I think I want to share is wherever you is where you are. If that makes any sense. Like whoever you're playing with and in game time when we're actually playing together, it's not only just like what could happen. It's like, okay, what are we gonna do in response? What are we gonna do in reaction? So if what the vocalist feels like doing is being smooth and leave that space, okay, how then do we adapt and adjust in order to like enhance the music, right? So I feel like that riff with like adding a riff or something, I feel like we need, I think it feels very nice and spacious, but I think we need need something that's gonna give it a little bit more intensity, give us a little bit more emotion, right? Yeah,
Figuring that out.
something like that.
Thanks.
I honestly think we should just, like, if in our minds we're thinking about the mountains, the peaks, and the valleys too, you know what I mean? And again, more density when we get to the, like, when we want it to feel more aggressive, and then more space. I think we got the space part down. But so let's figure out the density part. Honestly, let's see, guys.
Maybe more
let's-
instrument.
Huh?
Maybe more instrument.
Oof. That's
I mean, density means.
That's true. That's okay. First, but wait. Maybe so. Second guitar, possibly. I could be
Or the
convinced.
third hand. I mean.
Yeah. Let's try to set it. I actually think, can we go as fucking without hurting everybody's ears? Let's take the intensity up. Let's try to set it to 10. If you were gonna take up space in this thing, what would it sound like? So no limitations. Be as busy as you fucking want. It's so rare you hear me say that. But I want you to be as busy as you fucking want, and let's see what happens. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Guys, I gotta tell you, it's really hard to teach, and also, like, I'm like, oh yeah. Thank you.
Is now the time for magicians and musicians?
Like, I do it every week, but it's still hard, you know? I'm like, Jesus.
Is now the time for magicians and musicians?
Oh, you're so good.
There's a pause.
Is it time for musicians?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll just say this. No, it's not done yet.
Okay.
All right, that's what I'll say.
Can we all just appreciate how well the blue short matches the blue guitar?
Oh, yeah.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Blue strap also.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what's the point here now? All right. So we some peaks and valleys. I actually would love it. Can we both? Would you mind singing together?
Not at all.
Okay. Cool. I can even.
I like
Are your knees gonna be okay, or should I turn? Maybe I can move the mic up.
Yeah. I like the rhythm because she started singing it too.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
then you are standing.
Yeah, what is that? I feel like it's from something.
Oh, it's all like
That melody, yeah. Like,
Be up.
Yeah, let that go. Let it go. Let's do it.
I'll follow you.
of nice ideas in there. What stuck out to you guys?
When you changed up the harmony, that was really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And, and I'd love to make a note on that because I think you had good instincts in that moment as a group. Because when someone gives a bid for like a change, you know, you let your hands off the wheel, and now we can rebuild and move into another direction as opposed to just clashing. You know, there's a lot of butting heads.
Like phrasing it as a bid, because it's a group situation where you're not actually talking, and like everyone's got this different energy kind of invested into it. Like some people may not even be looking necessarily. Right. Some people just like, not that that's a good thing, but
it happens.
Energetically, it's kind of a question of like a matter of wills, like who are you gonna follow right now? As a bassist, you have immense power over the whole band, so it's it's important to like lead the charge. I felt it. I was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. And I will say, and to that point, like I think you made a bid because there's a couple there's like different scenarios within the bid, right? Like I think you tried to make a bid earlier and it didn't quite connect, or maybe it was, and that can happen.
I think it was later, like it was after that happened.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of a moment before that change, but
okay.
Either way, sometimes. Because what I think this is where it's like the checking your ego comes into play, because sometimes we have an idea and at that point it's like, okay, if you try it a few times, like how many times do you guys think we should try it before we have to be like, all right, this isn't gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I'll see people be like, no, I really want to play this, and then it just kills the whole shit. Sometimes it'll be like, especially like, I feel like we don't contextualize ourselves as instrumentalists sometimes, because in the jam, I don't know, I don't want to say we feel self-important, but whatever it is, whatever the reason is, it's like, but what if someone could be singing and we're like, no, this changed, and then we're like, A flat, you know what I'm saying? We're doing that thing, and then the person's like we're killing the vibe. So what I thought was nice, again, is like, I think you were tasteful. It's like you tried to make a bid, and your partner, for lack of a better, or maybe that's the perfect, your partner in crime here, it wasn't connecting, so you're like, all right. Sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what? Next time. And then the next time happened, y'all tried to connect again, and then it worked.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make a point about that communication and being able to be like, to step away like that. I am gonna really quickly, also, Sam, wake up.
I'm awake.
I know. I'm just preparing you because I want you to sing some.
Yes.
For the last.
Get over here.
Ooh, yes, Mortal Kombat. But yeah. I love giving this example because I saw, however many years ago, I saw Herbie Hancock at Prospect Park Band Shell, and you were there? Hey! I mean, that was a big show. And Terrence Martin was the saxophonist on the gig. And do y'all know who Terrence Martin is? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Terrence Martin is known mostly as primarily a lot of, for his work with Kendrick Lamar and as a producer, but he's also a very good saxophonist.
Yeah.
He can really play. That being said, I could feel Terrence. He's like, I'm on stage with motherfucking Herbie Hancock. So all of his nerves were present, right? Fair enough. I don't think I'd be any different. I think he held his own. But what was so remarkable to me in that moment, and I just, again, in case y'all don't believe me, I just love using examples from like the legends. Where I found so remarkable is that at any moment when Herbie could dominate that stage at any moment he wanted. He could play whatever the fuck he wanted. But they started trading solos back and forth. And sometimes Terrence, you could tell Terrence was singing over the bar line, was playing over the bar line. And it wasn't necessarily because that's what he wanted, it's just like what happened. But every single time, he was like, all right. Herbie every single time backed away because, and it was just such a beautiful moment to me because they were in service to the music. You see what I'm saying? So that's just to say, like, doesn't matter who the fuck you are. You're not Herbie Hancock. Sorry. You look like you're getting ready to go. Yo, can we clap for our friend? Thank you for singing for us. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Are you hanging? Or are you? Okay, cool. Good to see you. Okay, I just wanted to do one more.
I actually gotta go.
I guess.
Sorry.
Yeah, whoever got a bounce, you go ahead. I will also say, Wait. Do I need to? All right. It is 9. So for those, listen.
No.
Got to get
I know,
paid.
yeah, I know, yeah.
But this is the Venmo. If it's $20 sliding scale, we appreciate you. But if y'all are down to do one more, we can do one more.
I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alan.
Yo, appreciate you, bro.
Another shot here.
Yeah. So let's see. Who didn't get on? Roland hasn't got on. You got your wish, guys. We're gonna have 2 guitar players. Oh shit. All right. So we got Tristan and Roland. This should be interesting.
Yeah. Wait, just a
Set on vocals.
You gotta get on this.
I guess you on background vocals.
Or in 3 guitars.
That sounds good.
Oh, we're doing
Or a duet, you know. See how it transpires.
We only have 2 amps and we can do it at 2.
One amp there, 1 amp there. Yo, Eric, great to meet you. Thanks for playing.
That was really excellent. You do this on Tuesdays as well?
I do voice. It's like voice on Tuesdays, band on Thursdays.
Okay.
Saturday. Hope to see you again.
Here. Yeah. You will. Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right, and
Were you playing
You wanna get on bass?
Did you switch
Let's
the
go.
pickups or?
okay, good job, Nabil. Sounded great.
Super cool.
Did Adam on bass?
I know something about the amp and the. Can I play some keys?
Oh, absolutely. Come on.
I've been practicing.
Really? Oh, I'm excited.
Just.
I won't get too hyped. Yeah. Keys. We're gonna. Oh, I need another chair for you. Hold on, I got you.
There are chairs.
There are
There's
chairs.
some people that look. Here, I'll grab one. You're good.
Oh no, I got you.
Oh, it's sweet.
Okay, cool.
Can I pick like
If you want, yeah.
I like that.
Cool.
Just tune real quick.
Yes. The pregame.
I have one in the bag. In the inspector bag.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. This is a hint. We have 3 harmonic players. 3.
Yeah, we really escalated.
It really did. But if we plan properly, we can do it, guys. So I'm just gonna say, that's what I want y'all to think about. Since there are 3 players, what can I do individually in this context to make it work better? Let's see what happens. Do you need any help, Tristan?
Yeah, just looking for an instrument cable. This one.
No, yeah, that's busted.
There's one in the inspector bag.
Oh, I looked at the spectre bag.
That one's kind of shitty. I'm not gonna lie.
There's one in the Yamaha bag.
Okay, I found this
I
one
could
right
have
here.
sworn. Oh, I could have sworn there was another.
I don't think that's the right cable.
Oh no, it's not quite right.
Maybe it
It'll
is.
go, but
There's
like
one-
it's not gonna.
So there's one on top of the other guitar case right there. You
Oh.
can use that one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's pretty.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
was sick. That was such a good hook.
I did it. Last over.
No complaints. That was music.
For so long, kind of drony.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's
I
gotta
was,
be
I was
low the way
switching them
right.
up, but then like, when I was playing, like when I was before everyone else started, I wasn't switching them up in any sort of time. And so like by the when everyone else joined in, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just stick here.
It was cool.
Yeah.
And let everyone, yeah. When there's so much coordination, it was easier to follow.
My hand definitely was like, with one.
Yeah.
With one chord the whole
That
time.
was great.
Play this before I put it away. This is the first section.
Guys, I mean, I'm not gonna ramble, but guys, tasteful, musical. I felt things. I think we all felt things. You know what I'm saying? And I loved how, again, it seemed like you actually heeded my warning. There was 3 people, and because you each did just a little something, it left a lot of room for each other. And the one chord is super powerful because it leaves a lot of room for the bass player to make choices and reliably know where you're at, where we're at.
Yeah, when y'all went to that G meeting, that 4 chord, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I was feeling a little spiritual in here. A little spiritual in here. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank y'all so much. I think it was a great session. I hope to see you again next week. And then, of course, my little silly spiel. Zalvin Plays is the Venmo. $20 sliding scale. We thank you so very much. I hope y'all got something from tonight. And please do not neglect if you have follow-up questions or things you'd like to see in these classes.
Musicians, another session.
Yeah, no, I think it's brief enough. I can say it as we pack up. I just think that musicians and magicians have a lot in common because magicians are the people who are concerned with the trick, right? The audience are people who want to be amazed. And those are oftentimes the same people who are disappointed when they find out the trick. It's just like the same way people are like, man, how did you get so good? I wish I could do that. It's like, oh, you gotta do, like, I just practice things every day. I practice my skills. It's like, yeah, man, I wish I could. You know what I mean? They just, that's the difference. Like, I think we have a lot in common with those people, but it is magic. And so, in that space, if you create ambiguity, like magicians create ambiguity, or sometimes like confusion or sleight of hand, and that's where the magic is. So that's, I think, that what I was coming back to with the force of the fist, the way that we left space for each other, the way that I think maybe most importantly, the way that we weren't in our heads, like we were playing to our level, but not so above that we were like struggling the whole time, and it left a lot of space for the music to happen, for the magic to happen. Yay! End of class. Yes. Ending speech. Thank you, internet people. Wow, my forehead is so big.
I love the short hair though.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
No. I think this is the first time. Appreciate y'all. Please, if you like the content, please, subscribe. Yada yada. YouTube. Blah blah. Until the next time.
They can scan it from there. Should I hold it up?
I think they tell you not to do that. That's like dangerous or something for scammers or whatever. But you can join the Patreon. The link is in the bio. See you next time.
Brought to you by